Hey guys, J-Hoyt here. I'm going to make this short and sweet. We tell you guys at the start of every single one of these videos, the vast majority of you guys are not subscribed. So make sure to go down and check. Are you subscribed? If not, make sure to go down, hit that subscribe button, turn those post notifications so you never miss an upload. And don't forget, you can always change your mind later. What's going on, guys? J-Hoyt back with you today. Welcome back to Call of Duty Vanguard. We're back on Das Haus because it's the only map I can actually play and not get extremely frustrated. But either way, we are back here with part 3 preseason preview with the Florida Mutineers and the Minnesota Rokkr. We have both teams that got worse. Well, let's get into it. First up, we have the Florida Mutineers, a team that I don't understand. This team, like, they looked good, they played teams tough, but they sucked. I didn't really understand them. So let's start with their placings, of course. So they get 6th in their group, so obviously not good. They get 7th, 8th at the major. Stage 2, 6th in groups, 9th, 10th at the major. Stage 3, 2nd in groups, 5th, 6th at the major. Stage 4, you had 4th in groups, 7th, 8th at the major. Stage 5, you had 4th in the groups, 9th, 10th at the major. And then Champs was 7th, 8th. So they finished 7th, 8th, which is weird, right? It's a weird placing where a team would do okay in the groups. Well, I guess after stage 2, they did okay in the groups, but then the major, that was never there. They played teams tough. Don't get me wrong. They played teams tough, but this team almost seemed better than what their placements were. Like, they had talent, but they didn't have high-end talent. Like, there was so much talent at the top of the league that, like, they just couldn't break into, you know, those placements. Like, they just could never get there. They played teams tough, but at the end they just weren't good enough, like, to be at the top. And I don't know what it was. They just couldn't get in there. But let's make it quick. Going into Vanguard, what do? So they keep Skies as their main assault rifle. They move Awakening to a submachine gun. They pick up rookie Dave Patty from the Challenger scene, and they pick up Vivid from the, what team he come from? The Dallas Empire. So he was a free agent, able to go anywhere. Dave Patty, like I said, was a rookie in Challengers. So they have two brand new players into this squad, right? But here's the thing. They get rid of Neptune. Well, they kind of drop him because another team wanted him, which I think we will cover or have covered with the New York Subliners. But again, if we haven't gotten into it, we will get into it. But this team just doesn't seem good. Like, they got worse. Like, if they would have kept Neptune, had the original roster of Havoc, Neptune, Awakening, and Skies, I think if they would have done something on that squad, they might have had an upgrade. If they would have upgraded their sub duo, maybe they would have been better. But they bring in a rookie, right? Obviously, a lot of teams are doing this. But also, very rarely is it actually working out. Obviously, Hydra made a big difference. Insight made a big difference. But outside of that, what other brand new rookie made a big difference? Like, the individual player will look good, but then they're on a team of just crap players that they can't really do too much with. So Dave Patty is a rookie. Vivid's coming off an up and down year where he looked like the best player on Los Angeles Guerrillas, gets benched for a while, gets picked up by the Dallas Empire towards the end of the year. Now you have Awakening on a new role. This team got worse. They're definitely a bottom 6 team. Like I said, with the amount of talent that's at the top of the league now, with Atlanta, Toronto, Optic, I mean, even like Minnesota has a chance to be up there. You got LA Thieves, you got LA Guerrillas, then you got Florida in your way as well. New York, I didn't even mention yet. Like, that's already a really good top 6 with Atlanta, Toronto, Optic, New York, both LA teams. That's 6 right there. So maybe they'll be fighting for top 6, but I would definitely give them top 8, maybe. But if some of these teams that we'll talk about, I think in next video, the young talent that's coming over and going to be playing in the CDL this year, I don't know how good this team's going to do. I mean, if Dave Patty comes in and just absolutely fries and Vivid comes in and plays how we know he can, maybe I could be totally wrong. But for the most part, I consider these guys a worse team than they were last year, and they're going to be bottom 6. Like, it's hard to see these guys doing well this year. Like, it really is. I mean, I don't want to write them off too early, but I don't think their placements or their finishes in groups or the majors, dramatically improve at all. Like, it's just hard with the amount of top end talent that's in the league now. I don't know if this team can do it realistically, but we've talked about these guys. Let's talk to another team that's similar in situation. That's going to be the Minnesota Rokkr. One of our few teams that did not change at all. But let's look at what these guys placed last year with a previous roster of Standy, Attach, Major Maniac, and Priesta. Also with accuracy, they made a change earlier in the year with Major Maniac and accuracy. Well, not those two, but they brought in Standy as well. So let's look at the group placements. So stage 1, you have 4th in groups, 9th, 10th at the major. Stage 2 was 1st in groups, 4th at the major. Stage 2, 4th in groups, 9th, 10th at the major. Stage 4, 3rd in groups, 5th, 6th at the major. Stage 5, 3rd in groups, 1st at the major, in an absolutely incredible series with Toronto. 0-4 comeback, by the way. And then champs, they get 4th place. So a little bit better than Florida. They actually had some better success. But overall, they were a middle-of-the-pack team. Like, realistically, middle-of-the-pack team, similar to Florida, where they had the potential to upset and to play teams tough, but could never really be a consistent, top 6, top 4 team. Like, there was, again, too much talent at the top that this team could not get there, right? These players are good players, but you look at the superstar players, they just could not get there. So, going into Vanguard, what do these guys do? They keep the same roster. I don't know why you would with the amount of talent that you have. I mean, Standy was your rookie phenom last year. Attach is a really good sub, good flex as well. Priesta is a flex as well, but better on the AR. And you have Major Maniac as your main AR, and I just feel like you could have done better. Like, if you would have maybe picked up, maybe like Dave Patty, who's an AR that could, swap out for Major Maniac. Like, his potential has been reached. He's going to be that consistent guy that rotates and puts up decent stats, but that's about it. Like, you're not going to get superstar performances out of Major Maniac. You're not. Like, Standy is the star of this team, and then whoever's going off between Attach and Priesta is going to have your two kind of standout stars. But other than that, you needed to do something. Like, anything. There was a lot of talent on the free agent market this year, and they didn't do anything. They went with the same roster. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to write this off too early. Obviously, this team won an event last year, right? We can't discount that. But going into Vanguard with the same roster they ended last year with tons of free agent upgrades on the market, maybe they were like, well, this team did well last year. Not well, but, had a pretty decent year. Maybe they thought this team sticking together would be better than trying to bring in 1, maybe 2 new pieces and figure it out with this team. But here's the problem with though, is we saw this team, they were, with the exception of stage 5, they were a middle of the pack team, right? They had an incredible once in a lifetime miracle series win. Like, barely ever will you see a team come back 0-4 and win 5-4. Like, it will happen once every 5 years, maybe. Like, that's a once in a lifetime thing. Now, potential for this team, I don't think is much higher than what it was. Like, they're a top 8 team. I mean, I would put like middle 6, like anywhere between 6, like 4 through 8, maybe. But again, the same thing I said with Florida. There's a lot of top end talent at the top. Like, plain and simple. There's a lot of talent up there. Now, again, will this team have a chance to upset? Yes. Could this team upset some of the big teams, middle of the pack teams? Yes. Will they beat those terrible teams or those predicted terrible teams easily? They should. But top 8 is not good enough. Like, if you're just in the league, just to say you're in the league, then why are you in the league, right? If you're not trying to win, if you're not trying to put your best 4 players on the sticks, on the controller, in that lobby, on the server for that game, then what are we doing? But again, the biggest problem is they didn't change, so will their potential go up? Do they have a chance to be better than what they were last year? Now, again, they did win a major, but is that enough to keep this team together? I don't know. I think I would have done something to this team. As far as what, I have no idea. I would assume pick up 1 player at least, potentially in that main AR role. Maybe depending on how you feel about your sub duo or about Priesta, you know, maybe you do something there. But I think you needed at least 1 new player on this squad just to change things up. Maybe a young rookie, maybe a player that has the talent but is out of the league right now. You needed to do something, and you didn't do anything. So, what will this team do? I don't think much. Like, I really don't. I mean, they might have a similar year where they place up and down, you know, kind of inconsistent, but, like, kind of consistent at the same time. Middle of the pack, but for the most part, I don't see this team breaking into the top 4. Top 6. Oh, there's a lot of talent there. Maybe they'll kind of be in the bubble of, you know, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, so that bottom, like, I don't want to say bottom 4, but like the 4th through 8th place. I mean, like I said, I don't see much to this team, but either way, let me know what you guys think too down in the comment section. What will this team do this year? Do you guys have any of these teams doing better than what I'm saying? Do they have them worse? Let me know down in the comment section below. But either way, that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy, hit that like button down below if you haven't yet, or if you're brand new here, make sure to subscribe, turn those post notifications on so you never miss an upload, and don't forget, you can always change your mind later. But with all that being said, guys, we'll see you in the next one.